Hey there, guys. I know it's been a while. Sorry about all the delays. My personal life is just super busy, and then I've now got 3 projects and 3 games that I'm into. I guess 4 if you include the fact that I've been wanting to stream a bit too. So I got a lot of stuff I'm doing right now, and it's just this is the way it goes. Welcome back to Big Ambitions. I've done basically nothing in the game other than sleep and progress time because I have to pay taxes. And my incredibly high tax rate means that I just simply cannot do anything for like 2 weeks because I've been rapidly expanding, been doing a lot of expansion, a lot of costs involved in that, and I'm not saving anything ready for taxes, and that's kind of where that went. So I have 1 day to pay, which means I need to pay on Friday here. Let's go ahead and progress ourselves to 9:22 a.m. here, I guess. We made 1.5 million, and we've been basically making 1.4, 1.5 every single day. But I have 1.5 million up here. That's not going to be enough. So if I was to invest everything, if you want to see the full amount of money that I actually have, I guess we'll go into Econoview and order a payout. We have 20.9. That's what we've got. Basically, it's a huge problem. I pretty much have $21 million. I cannot borrow enough to pay taxes. I can't pay the whole thing. So what happens when you can't pay all of your taxes? What does the game do when you can't pay all your taxes, right? How does it work? Well, I guess we'll find out because I don't know. Go like this. Let's have all that stuff there. Okay. We're going to have to find out, I suppose, together today. Like, what happens when you don't pay your taxes in Big Ambitions? Well, first, let's get some food. And we could borrow, but we can only borrow up to $840,000 if we're going to borrow. And $840,000 is something, but it's not enough. Or just as a reminder, you guys probably forgot how much I owe here. Let's Internal Revenue Service. I owe $23,230,000. Doesn't matter. $23.2 million. And it's just I don't have that. So what happens when you can't pay your taxes? Well, let's go over to the Internal Revenue Service, see if they will allow me to pay a portion of my taxes, right? Will you allow me to give you some tax money? Let's see, huh? If I say pay taxes, what happens? Not enough money. They won't accept any of it. It's all or nothing, baby. And that's a very big problem. I guess one thing I could maybe do is try to sell something. You know, I mean, I could sell something. I'm not sure what I would want to sell. It's got to be a business, probably. An entire business gets sold because of taxes. I don't really want to do that either. I certainly don't want to do any of these things. I suppose maybe what I could do is I could go in and... I'm trying to think of if like maybe I go into my warehouse, right? We find like say Luxman here, inventory. You've got only 446 uncut gems. And I figured I could maybe sell all my uncut gems for a bit, but that's not gonna work. Luxman 2, you have 412 as well. So yeah, we're really doing well on the jewelry and making it all and selling it all. It's all great, but it's yeah, okay. So if I wanted a loan, the most they're gonna loan me is $800,000, right? That's all they're gonna loan me. Okay, so we have 21.7. We still down $2 million. Like I there's no way I can overcome this thing here. So I guess it's like 1.4 or something, right? So can we sell like $1.4 million worth of stuff? I suppose. If we take a look at buildings, here's an idea. So I'm renting a lot of buildings in this area, right? And if I terminate this contract, is it going to receive the full deposit and furniture will be automatically sold and added to your account? So I didn't do anything with this. This is 4 9th Avenue. If I confirm this, I only received $5,000 for doing this. That doesn't help me. It doesn't help. So that's not going to matter. I could probably get rid of my residences and stuff, but those are so small, it's not going to matter. It would matter if I sold one of these stores, like big stores, because then there's stuff in them, there's inventory in them. But I think I want to just see what happens if I don't pay my taxes. There's like 20,000 plus 20 million. Yeah, 23 million. Gosh, I can't even remember things anymore. Dollars worth of stuff here that I guess we'll see what happens. Will they take the money out of my account? That's an interesting idea. At midnight, I'll get paid another 1.5. That will actually cover my difference. So will they just pull the money out of my account if I don't pay it? How does it work? Can we, let's read it. Let's read it. There's got to be something in here about taxes, right? IRS and taxes. Let's see. Charges annual taxes based on the income you've earned that year from businesses and rent minus any tax deductible expenses, which in my opinion, there aren't enough tax deductible expenses in this game since all of my factory equipment does not count when it normally would absolutely count. Just saying. Taxes are due at the end of each year by default. As long as you've earned enough money for them to do, you will receive a text message, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you fail to pay your taxes in time, the IRS will begin seizing your valuables, inventory, vehicles, furniture, until your balance has been covered. Your taxes can be paid by going to the following location, IRS. So, the thing I want to know is, will they pull money out of my account first before they do that? Because that would make sense to me. You got to pull the money out first, all right? Because if you do that, then you'll basically pay it all. This is gonna be crazy. All right, so let's see about how this works. All right, we're gonna do this. They really should accept partial payments too, right? Like the IRS totally does that, but not in this game. You can't make partial payments. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so they didn't pull the money out of my account. That didn't happen, but I have enough to pay it now. I did get a message from them, so let's see what that is. You have yet to receive your payment for outstanding taxes. In case payment hasn't been completed within day 330, okay. We will be forced to seize valuables in your company without further warning. Please pay the due amount at your local IRS office. Okay, so they're giving me 10 extra days. Well, that was anticlimactic. I'm still going to make the thumbnail for this, really clickbaity and really dramatic. I was hoping for something really like, oh my God, they took everything. It's going to make it really good content. Nah, they just give you a 10-day extension. All right, that's fine. I mean, hey, at least there's no bad things that happen. Is there a late fee? Do they charge a late fee? That would be appropriate, I suppose. I received logistics deliveries alerts. Sure. Okay, so let's try that. It's 10:30. It's on Saturday, though. It's on a Saturday. So I literally can't do it today. So we're going to skip time, stop, make sure we don't have $23 million in our account when our negative interest rates happen. So let's go ahead and make a new investment. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to need for my deliveries and stuff. So why don't we just start with 22 million in the investment? We'll just start with that for now. And we'll adjust it. It's Saturday, not Sunday. So we'll see what that goes and see what that does. But taxes are a real, they're a real bitch in this game, aren't they? Like, at this difficulty, of course. You can obviously tweak the difficulty settings and tweak the game to your liking. You can take the tax rate all the way down if you want to, or you can do like me where there's a 40%. I wish there was a graduated. I guess a gradual tax system probably wouldn't matter for as much money as I'm making. It really wouldn't have that big of an impact. All right, so it's expensive. Yeah, everything is good there. Employees wanting insurance. I'll take care of that later. Okay, so we have 2.9 in the bank. We can have more. We can put more in our investment account. So I will be doing that after 10 o'clock. Let's do this. This is the game right now, and I that's why I'm kind of focusing on other games a little bit, because it takes a little bit of time to make content for this game now. It's kind of a pattern, man. This is the kind of stuff that happens. We play games here that have a good amount of depth to them and take a bit of time to them, right? They have good, solid mechanics that develop over time. But as those things develop over time, from the perspective of creating, you know, content that's interesting to watch, it's getting hard to do that with big ambitions. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun game, really fun, but it's getting hard to do that with big ambitions. I could pay this off, but yeah, whatever, just do it. It's fine. We don't need it anymore at 2.1, and then we will let this go, I guess. I'm not sure what the import will need to be. So that's why I started Hollywood Animal, I started Tavern Keeper, started Surviving Mars. Got to keep things fresh. You know, I want a fresh thing of content going out. For those who watch way afterwards, you're not watching it as the videos release and all that stuff. You know, first off, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing that. It's awesome that you guys are. If it's, I want the latest and greatest. No, like there's some really good stuff that I did like years ago, right? So that stuff is really cool. How that can keeps my channel alive. You know, a little bit that way. But you know, for you guys, you'll notice no disruption at all. It'll just on to the next one. You know, you binge watch on to the next one. But I get it. Those of you who are really trying to, you know, watch it as soon as the videos come out, that's what really gives a series its health. That's what gives everything its possibility. I'm pretty sure we're good here. 400, 700. Yeah, no, we're fine. It's gonna be like I think I'm over by like 500 grand, so it should be all right. All right, there's the import. 878. Okay, I can't even count. It's fine. Okay, so since it's Monday, we can pay taxes today. Okay, so we're gonna go do that because we now can. So we need to please the IRS and see whether or not they are gonna be nice to me. What happened to my car? They didn't seize my vehicle, did they? My vehicle is not here. I must have left it somewhere on the map. Where did I leave it? Did I leave it parked in front of a business somewhere? Did I leave it parked in front of my factory? Where did my car go? This is the Hansa Mimic. My other vehicle does not appear to be... okay, it's over here? There's the none of it. It's over there. Huh. Okay. I mean, it's been a while since I've driven it. I just haven't cared, I guess. To the IRS we go. Here we are. Okay. Now we're going to go into our account because we can just do that. Confirm. And now we have 22.9. Oh, is that true? Great. Should I just wait a day or take the loan? I'll just take the loan. I'll just do it. I'll pay it off later anyway. Hey, Vintander, can I have that loan back? It's okay, man. Can I just have that? Thanks. 23.7. Let's see if they charge me any... It doesn't look like they've raised the bill on me. So I'll just do that. Okay, I'm officially in debt. Like, I have not enough cash to fully cover my debt balance, which hasn't happened in a very long time. But that's the way it is. Welcome to capitalism. Under 40% tax rate, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I let this run an extra week because I kind of need to. We've reached the point in the game where you kind of... This is the point I stopped at last time when we reached this point in the game, which was the point where money didn't really mean anything. If you take a look at my income per week, although it is slightly dropping here in the chart, it's not really. The scale on this chart is basically flatlined. And if you add up everything that everybody else is making, I'm making more money than every other rival combined. So like that's where we are, guys. I've basically beaten it. But we have to do... There's still a couple of things I want to do before we wrap this series up. And one of those things is I wanted to get a factory for the phones and watches and things of that nature. I've decided I'm not going to build that myself. I'm going to use a workshop design on it, and we'll probably just do like several different buildings that are in that workshop design instead. I'm going to need money though. So why don't we go to, let's say, I don't know, 7:14 a.m. on a Tuesday. We just brought in our imports, which is why I don't have a whole lot of cash. And, you know, like we could go through and take down all the rivals. We could, but You know, again, we get to this point now where content is really difficult to make because there's just not a lot to do, right? And money is mostly meaningless. So if I make like 5 other businesses and I start making 900,000 more a year, or 900,000 more a day even, the only thing it does is it lets me take over places faster. It lets me spend money faster is all it does. Your bronze insurance, and that's it. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go to our Arcana view. I have some investments in here, so we'll pull that out. I'm up with $9 million now, or pretty close to 9 million. And so what I want to do is we want to find the right place for us to open this up. And I think just go near my speakers because I want to hear the music while I do this. Nope, that's not going to happen. Okay. So with this, I need a Q1 warehouse. It's Q1, and I just have to figure out where that would be. So I'm looking at all the warehouses, and I'm looking for a Q1. And I don't know how big that is or like what the design of that looks like. Maybe it's an actual factory building. Maybe it's like one of these. There's a P2, P3, Q3, okay? Q2, okay? Right there. So this is one. There's a Q1 right here. And I was looking see if there's another Q1 like nearby it. So you're gonna have like 2 of them right next to each other. This is a P1, P1, P2, P3. This is a Q2, and this is a Q1. So we'll rent this Q1. We're gonna turn this into our phone fabrication. This is gonna be electronics are us. I don't know. We'll have that. Okay. And then any other Q1 we find, I'll probably want a second one just to know that there's another one around would be good. But that seems to be the only one I can find right now is this one Q1. So we have one Q1 already. It'll have to do. Okay. So this one here is what we're going to turn it into, right? That's the factory. And to do this, we want to call. We need to go a little bit further into the future here. So we're in business hours. And we need to call our furniture store. This is the factory supply depot. No, so we can go to architecture. We need to call these guys. We're going to go Electronics R Us tomorrow. And what we want is the electronics factory, 8K phones, 8K watches per week. That's the template that I'm getting from the warehouse, from the blueprints, okay? And this is going to be $9.3 million, which we will have after this money ticks over. Again, we will have this. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And then we can get started with that. Now, in order to really get it going, I need, of course, to hire a whole bunch of people for this business. And so we can look at like the plethora of factory workers that we have to choose from here. On and on and on this list goes. So we'll get them going and assign them all to the stations and everything. And then we just need to bring in the raw resources for everything. That'll take time as well. So maybe we'll wait to hire them until Sunday or just Monday even. We could just wait to hire them until then. But let's zip ahead a little bit until that's done. And I'll bring you over there and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, we're out front of Electronics R Us. Time just rolled over, and this place is dark. Whoa. It is actually quite dark in here. I was hoping that maybe the lights would turn on when I walk in, but I guess not. So there's a lot of shelves in here, and there's clearly defined walkways with the yellow floor. So that's nifty. We got a lot of input stations here. So many employees required for this. Because you need to input all the materials. And then once you've input all of them into these consumer electronics machines, they just go straight up in there. Then it kicks out the output station, and this is the electronics that are going through here. So this one here is set to produce circuit boards, small. This one here is also small circuit boards. Ah, okay. So they're just certain parts then. This is the Zonoman smartwatch. This is the Zonoman phone. Zonoman phone, Zonoman smartwatch. So these are the smartwatch lines, and then we have circuit boards and stuff being done through here. So that means that these are ingredients that other input stations are going to be bringing in, I assume. Capacitors here, transistors, resistors, integrated circuits, rubber-clad laminates. All these things go into making circuit boards. So that means this audio circuit board small. So yeah, we're making our own circuit boards, and then they get picked up from the shelves and brought in to create the Artifice smartwatch, which I probably won't create Artifice smartwatches. I'll probably just stick to Zonoman because they're higher yield or higher margin. So I can change these, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's the same components. So if I was to swap this over and just say, let's not make the Artifice phones, let's instead just make Zonoman phones, I don't think there'd be a significant difference in here. Battery, screen, medium, circuit board, medium. So these are smalls, right? Because this is for the watches. So Zonoman smartwatch instead. And then this one here is Zonoman smartwatch. And then this one is going to be the Zonoman phone there. So I'm kind of switching this up from its normal, switching it up from what it was normally going to be and making sure that everything is Zonoman because they're just higher. And they might take longer to make, but they're still higher margin. And then over here, what do we have going on? We got a kiln machine here. This input station brings in plastic. That plastic goes through the kiln machine, which outputs it to, I guess, just to the output station here, because this other one does the same thing, right? Yeah. So this is just a double plastic kiln thing. It all comes out to the output station, which then gets distributed to all of these guys. So very similar to what I already did in my other factory, where you have many different output stations, and then that output person is going to put it on a shelf, and it goes and gets grabbed by somebody else. I like it. That's kind of what I was leaning on going to be doing anyway. But then I decided when I saw this design, I kind of went, this is very similar to what I was going to do anyway. It's definitely stylized differently. The shelves are in different places. They did colors to the floors and stuff. So that's great. But I wasn't going to do those things. But the whole concept of putting everything in and making your individual components and then having a series of machines that just make the final product from your employees having to go over and grab the different inputs. That's pretty much how that was going to be. Glass comes through here and it gets worked on with the laser cutting machine. And again, this is the same thing as the other side with, with the other thing, plastic. That's what it's called. Glass is being treated the same way as plastic. Same thing there. We have speakers and in this output station here, microphones. Okay, and then that comes in and makes the audio modules. And same thing over here. We've got 2 times audio modules being made right there. And that's kind of it. So this whole factory will get working. You can see the enormous amount of people I need to work in this place. It's a very expensive factory to operate. So these phones, of course, they've got to make some serious bank, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards just having everything be Zonoman. Because again, the margins are better. So that's how this is going to look. And then we'll just need to progress time a bit. After setting that up for 9.1 million or whatever it was, I've got 1 left. And, still making 1.4 a day. But once we get these phones being created, which will take another few days, I can start maybe getting people assigned and hiring them, because I think I'm going to need more employees, more factory workers than I have in the list available. So I could probably start hiring them now, getting them assigned to, HR and all that stuff. I don't have enough HR for all of them, so I'll need to expand that as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of minutes here until I bring you guys back in, okay? So it's Monday. Let's see what we're going to be able to get here with what we've got going on. Electronics R Us right now, I've hired a lot of people, but despite hiring a lot of people, it filled the schedule on a lot of days. It just didn't do it on a Monday. The game just couldn't do that, I guess. I still need even more people in this factory. Hired so many people so far. So I have to keep just going through the entire list of... I've started just going through the whole list, by the way, of factory workers. I don't care what they want. They're hired if they're a factory worker. So I've started doing that, and now I'm out of them. I have... Oh, there they are. Never mind. I did get some yesterday. But we're down to 96s and stuff now. I'm just going up. I don't even check what they want anymore. We're just going to go ahead and hire them all. If you're a factory worker, you're hired. We need you right now. And so that's what I've been doing. And, you know, we'll get them in their schedule. Hopefully they will start working today because we're about to get a delivery from the docks today. I'm going to hope that maybe that's enough. That's the last one. So hopefully that's enough people to get us going here. Electronics are us. Creating lots of jobs, baby. So we're going to go to our purchasing agent. Let's see what our import is. I got 3.2 million and we're looking at, what is this? About 900. Let's call that 900. Okay, just to be safe. That's 900,000. So this is 2.7. Okay, we're basically right at our peak here. We got just enough money to do this, pretty much. And there we go. 342K. My math is terrible, you see. But let's go just a little bit deeper in there. And we're getting these guys scheduled, right? No, I don't think so. I didn't tell them to do that, did I? Right here. Schedule. So I want to just start clicking names and getting them in their place. This is going to take... I think this might actually take me far more time than I expected it to. But we're just going to click people, and then I'll have them reorganized later. I want to make sure that we can get people in all these machines. Oh my gosh. What's this guy got? 52 hours a week? Sucks to be you. Let's go like this. Here we go. And like a lot of these guys are going to be, you know, too many hours. I probably have some of them already hired for certain things, but let's just get them in here. I think the second half of the day is more important, right? I think we just do that. Get them on the second half of the day and then we'll let HR deal with it from there. So everybody get in on the second half. There we go, just like that. And then we'll put HR on it after that. But look how many stations there are on this thing. I mean, this is a very expensive operation. A part of me thinks that I might have been better off. I doubt it, but I might have been better off creating this factory myself, because when I do it myself, I try to optimize for less labor. And this one here seems to have not done that. At least I feel like maybe they didn't do that. This one is not allowed to work there. There we go. And are we even... Oh my God, I'm already halfway down. Holy moly, I'm only halfway down. At this point, I'm quite convinced that this video is basically taking place all in menus. This factory has 82 stations to work. I'm on Thursday now. That means I've gone 2 days. I've had it running all day yesterday, but we have the same problem in this factory as we did in the jewelry one, in that they take the raw materials and they take them all and they hoard them. And so not all the stations are getting them, right? We have that same problem happening. They don't balance it very well. So what I'm going to do to help this problem is I'm going to come over to our purchasing agents. We're going to do a crazy order to make sure that this happens. So I initially brought in 2,000 of each thing. No. We're going to spend an enormous amount of cash to make sure that we have a lot of everything. We're going to say, you know what? Let's go 12,000. 12,000 of all of the things that we need. We're going to bring them all in, okay? So anything that says 8,000, this is what I was going to do, but now I'm going to do this. So instead of 2,000, we're going to go 12,000 on all of these things. And I don't know if water is needed or not. I'll leave it at 8. Okay, good. So that's 1.5 million already. Lots and lots and lots of stuff to import. We're going to do it, but I need to let the time run even more. Okay, so some of you guys aren't going to like this, but I've played through like 2 weeks. It's day 348 right now. I just need more time to get as many employees as possible in this factory, because it takes an enormous amount of people to fill this place. I'm not even full yet, but I've got a lot of people moving around now. The factory is operational, so we can at least see a lot of stuff moving around. You just see that there's so many people as part of this factory. And I'm starting to think it's probably not worth it. I don't know. There are 82 stations. Okay, so if we just do some mental math here, right? 82 stations. You want them to be operational 24 hours a day. So, you got three shifts on each one, right? So that's 1,968 hours I have to pay people for wages per day. All right, that's a lot. 1,968 wage hours, working hours per day is my most expensive building for sure. And if we take a look at the schedule currently, at least it's getting auto filled right now because I've just brought in some more. That's the thing. I have to let this go every single day. I have a few extra candidates, right? So customer service. So it happens like right here in between gym trainers and customer service and stuff. So I need to kind of do this, and I just hire them. Yeah, I could go longer, but I'm trying to keep this place and get it operational as fast as possible. So I just kind of keep doing that. And I have a somewhat operational factory at the moment. Given that it is Friday, pretty much every station is full on Friday. So I'm just going to go ahead and prompt that to start over again because I just hired 4 more people. And it's the end of the day on Friday. We're not going to find any new factory workers on Saturday and Sunday because my headhunters don't exist in the office to find them on Saturdays and Sundays, right? That's just not a thing. So here's the factory running, at least as much as we can have it run. We got the same problem in this factory that we have for the other one, which is that the quantity of the raw resources gets absorbed by the people who are closest to the shelf. They grab all of it and put it all in their machine, and there's none left for everyone else. So there's a lot of machines that aren't moving at all. And it's just because, like, you know, the other ones are full. And that's going to keep happening week after week. That's going to keep happening unless we, you know, can get more in it. So I have gone into my purchasing agent here, and I got $882,000 here. But I went up to did 12,000, right? On all these. I'm not sure that's enough. I think I need more because otherwise, again, they're just going to take it all. So I'm going to get up to 16,000. I think that's an enormous amount that we need to keep in stock. But we're going to try this. I just want to stuff as much in here as possible until, you know, they start kicking out. I need this one here, yeah. And until they start kicking out all the resources and stuff that I need, and we start seeing the watches and the phones actually be made. Okay, so we're going to leave that on. And if we take a look at Electronics R Us, the inventory that's here, right? We want to take a look at the actual smart. So we already have 2,079 molded smartwatches and molded smartphones. But do we have the final product? And I don't see it listed here. We don't. We don't have the final product made yet. So what's stopping that from being made right now? Let's go down the line here. So this is what's making the smartwatch, and it's missing molded smartwatch and the audio modules. If we come down here, this one's missing audio modules, molded smartphone, etc. Okay, so this is the watch, this is the phone, and then over here, missing the same things. So we don't. This one has the molded smartwatch in stock, right? So if I went over and got a molded smartwatch, he's got 1,700 of them just sitting in here. You jerk. Let's grab this. I'm gonna grab a big box of these, and I'm gonna stick it into one of these. Let's see. Which is this it? Molded smartwatch. I don't know if that's the right one or not. Did I give you the right one? No, this one wants the phone, so that's the wrong one. So manage this. Take this out. I'm gonna have to take all those off of there too. What are you? I wanna check this without putting it in there. I hate that I have to actually click this. Hold on, can I just place the box down? Maybe I can try that. Oh, right. Stalling. It's gotten better. There's been a patch that helps with lags and stuff. So it's gotten a little better, but it's not perfect yet. So I'll put that in there. So now all I gotta do is take this off of, remove content from there, remove content, remove content, remove content, and just keep doing this until I've got them all. Okay. And then I'll come over here and place them into this machine. There we go. So just kind of like spreading them out a little bit, right? So this one here, what does it need? This one needs the audio module medium and the circuit board medium. All right, so audio module medium, circuit. So we don't have, that's the small one, right? So we want the phones, which is over here, right? Are you two phones? Phone and phone. Phone's right next to each other. That's what's throwing me off. Okay, so batteries are there. molded smartphone, screen medium, circuit board medium, battery. You don't have the audio module. That's not set up. Wait a minute. Smartphone. Smartwatch. Oh, you got changed. That's why. You need the medium audio module. Yeah. When I put it in there, that's the wrong one. That's what happened. So it's a good thing I caught that too. Just like trying to audit it and check it and make sure it's all set up correctly. So you're getting the audio module small goes on the watch. The audio module medium should be going here. And that could be basically any of these. Yeah, medium. So who has the medium audio modules? Where are those being made at? They're probably being made somewhere, right? They gotta be. This is the downside of taking and using a workshop design, is that you don't know where everything is. So you gotta have to see it. So these are all plastic, right? They're all making that stuff. Good. Raw resources being made. Glasses being made over here. Yes. And then it all gets shoved into an output station, and then the glass gets moved and worked with here. Here's the speakers. So this is making the small audio module. And are we making, where's the medium ones? Are the medium ones being made? Maybe they're being made on this side. Is it here? Yeah. All right. So audio module medium being made here. And it gets kicked out. Output station is there. Okay. The schedule's done now, thankfully. So if I manage the storage of this output station, I'll see medium audio modules. I'm going to pick up... No, manage the storage. I want to pick up... Yep, there you go. So I'm going to pick up all these audio modules. And now I need to come over and see, if I remember correctly, where this goes. I think it goes in this now, right? So if I click there... That's the audio module medium, circuit board medium, battery, smartphone, mold, and the screen. Okay, so this is the correct one for that. And so now all that we're waiting for here is the battery and the circuit board medium. Okay, so the batteries, I can pull it out of this one. I'm just going to do this for now. Pull the batteries out of here. I forgot where it goes. I have to place the box on the ground and then check the station to make sure I get the right one. I think it's the second from the left. Nope, that's the smartphone, screen, batteries in the center then. Oh, you already have a battery. Oh, okay, screen, medium, and molded smartphone. Okay, so, well, I'll just give you the battery anyway then. I'll just give it to you anyway, because you already have it. That's fine. Add it. This one is battery. You know what? We'll add it. You have more batteries on this side. We'll add it here. Just give it back to him. I don't know, man. Screen medium. I need that, right? Over here, you need the screen medium. So we'll take the screen medium out of here, and we're going to stick it into this one, I think. I don't remember which one it is. If I click it, again, if I click it, then it goes to there. I want to be able to see the inventory ahead of time. The screen is on the far left. So we put the screen in there. Like so. All right, so the last one is the molded smartphone. And once we have that, then we should see the phones being output. Molded smartphone is what I need now. So if I come over, find the molded smartphone somewhere. This is a smartwatch, which is not correct. Maybe it is. Audio module small, molded smartwatch. Smartwatch. Oh boy. This module small. Circuit board small. I see. So something's changed here. There's only one phone line. Everything else is a... This is supposed to be... Yeah, this is not supposed to be this. This is supposed to be the molded smartphone. Yeah, this is supposed to be a molded smartphone. Right here. So I messed these up. I gotta fix them. All right, so this output station over here with all the metal and everything, this is actually outputting the molded smartphone. So I'm gonna grab this off of this output station, and we're gonna bring this over, and we're gonna pop it in place over here. It goes right here, I believe. So if we do that, We should now see this machine kick in, and it's gonna work now. At least this one is. 10 minutes to produce one Zonoman smartphone. All right, and then it's gonna go over into this output station when it's done. So we should see that happen. It's already here, actually. There's a little box right there. There we go. All right, so now we have Zonoman smartphones officially being made. Took forever, and it will continue to take forever until I get them all fully staffed, and then I don't even know if it's worth it, man. I have, though, and at the beginning of this video and as things were progressing, you guys probably saw that I was hiring like maxed out factory workers, right? And I know I'm going to get comments about that. I know. So one of the reasons why I've gone so far in, time is because I fired all of them and am rehiring factory workers at 19% or below, right? Maxing them out at 19% so that they don't have all these, all these demands. Okay. And then I'm setting them up with HR managers. There's a lot of them, but I'm setting them up with HR managers that are told to only go to that point. So average primary skill percentage is going to be low for these specific ones. And then as we get more, we'll start taking some of the 100%ers here and moving them over to other places. But it doesn't really matter since they're 100%. They don't need the training anyway, so it doesn't matter. I might actually take bronze away from this. I can actually move everybody who's bronze right here over to another one right here. Yeah, I can do that. So if I take this person, unassign all, the rate is way cheaper on this guy too. So if I do this and then I just say, okay, order by insurance demand, I can have all of you covered under the bronze health insurance package that you need to be. That maxes out this HR. Then I can just cancel the plan here, fill that, and bring them down to about 19%. So now everybody has HR as well. It's taking an enormous amount of time to create content for this game now. And, that's the reason why videos for this particular series slow down. It seems to happen every time we play games that are like this, right? At the beginning, there's so much to do, and you have this big to-do list, and it's so dynamic. It's very easy to, get a lot of content around it and get regular updates to you every day. And now, I could play this for 3.5, 4 hours and have enough for maybe a video, and maybe, it depends on how much I'm cutting out, which today is a lot of waiting around. Cutting out is basically all I've done today is cut out a lot of waiting around. I have 1.6 million. Don't think that's all the money I have, though. I'm actually saved up about 18 over here in this account. I'm going to start saving up for taxes in advance so that I don't have that problem again. Although it looks like the consequences for having missed my tax deadline are pretty mild, to say the least. I thought it would be a little harsher than that, but I guess in real life, it's not that harsh either if you miss the deadline for filing taxes. It's not like the government immediately begins seizing your assets, right? That doesn't really happen in real life either. You get a sternly worded letter and some kind of ultimatum, and then you also start getting charged interest and late fees, right? But I mean, there are people who are multiple years late on their taxes. That happens. So I don't think it's too big a deal to miss taxes. But the other thing I'm really trying to do, right, is I'd really like to get to the point where, we can take down Ingrid. Ingrid's actually getting stronger. She's up above 500,000 again. And I'd love to start, taking her out again. And, one way to do that is to, of course, buy the building. She owns this building, and I could kick her out with Andy's diamonds, which is what I should do because she's probably taking my, my business there. But I'd have to buy the building, right? That's $12.5 million. I can buy it. I can. And then I can kick her out as soon as I buy it. But it's $12.5 million. What you got to do, maybe what I could do is this. Put a little bit of realism in this game, okay? And I have no idea if this will work. But what I could do is buy the building. Let's find her again. Right here. We could buy this building. And then we could do what's referred to in real life as a sale leaseback. And this is basically when like a store like Home Depot, for example, will own the building that they are occupying. They own the building and the land and stuff. And the business, they're just sitting on this ownership of this real estate over the course of 30 years. They've owned this thing. It's basically dead money. So what they'll do is they'll sell the building, get that huge influx in cash, but they'll sell the building and immediately lease it from the person that they sold it to at a typical market rate. Usually they try to make it somewhat attractive, maybe put a 9.5 or 10% cap rate on it. And so they'll lease back the building that they just sold. What that does for them is great. It gives them a huge influx of cash that they can now inject into their business. They can also now write off their rent. They have the tax implications related to that too. But the biggest part that they get to do is they now get to use that cash towards things. So we could do something like that where I buy this business. Let's try this and see how it works. So I'll order the payout here. It's Saturday. I can always put it back. So we'll put that there. We'll order this payout. We're going to go back over to Ingrid. Let's say Andy's Diamonds, although the communication store is probably going to be better because I'm starting to make the phone. So I want to get in there and actually have it. So I could do a business takeover right after I own the business and then sell the building, keep the lease is essentially what I would do. I don't think I would want to do that though, because this is $3.7 million. So what I would do is just kick them out. They would be gone. Then I would create my own store, lease free, and then relist the building for sale. No idea if they'll actually buy it. But this is only 10 million. So this is her best business. So why don't we offer this? Let's say this is Ingrid that owns it. So she's probably not going to do it at a discount. But let's say I offer her $9.5 million to buy the building. She won't do that. So let's say I offer her 10 million. Not going to do that either. Probably need 10.1. Okay, 10.2. Something like that. She's going to let me have that. So now I own this building. Okay. The building is mine. Now it's a self-occupied unit. I can take this over. If I do that, then the business that she has is gone, right? So she has this. So if I go back over to her right now, nothing's changed about her weekly income. This business is still driving a significant amount of income for her. But since I own this business, or since I own the real estate here, I can do this. I kicked her out for free. I just say, hey, I don't want you here anymore. I'm kicking you out. Okay? And we can do that. So I can say take over unit and rent the building. Now I'm renting the building. Okay? If I go back to Ingrid, her income plummets. Okay? That business doesn't exist anymore. It's just gone. Now in real life, you can't really do that. They're going to move their business to another location, or, there's laws that, govern that kind of thing. But I just did it. I can do it in this game. And obviously it wouldn't be instantaneous either. But now I've spent $10.2 million just to kick her out of that building. That's not worth it. But there's a catch to that, and I'm trying to find it. I think I have to go to actual business type, real estate right here. So this is the building that I own, right? And so what I can do is, instead of starting the business, I can now list the market for sale. I want to list the building for sale. So let's say the market rate for this building is set at 10.2. Estimated market price is 10. I need to go underneath. So I'm going to end up taking a loss on this building, and that's okay. I'm going to try to sell this for 9.7. I'm going to take a loss of a couple $100,000 for doing that. But what I've done is I've purchased the building and kicked her business out, effectively liquidating her. But instead of paying $4 million, I end up paying about $400,000 on the loss that I take for the building. All right, so it's a little less liquid, but let's try 9.9. Take a little less of a loss. So we'll do that, and we'll see if somebody else, right, is willing to buy that building from me. Even if it's Ingrid doing it, even if she wants to buy the building back, I'm still renting it, right? I'm still leasing it. And I have to figure out where the heck that lease is now. Where is its retail space? Right here. Yep. So I can start new business, for example, and I have it. It's rented by me already for free. Somebody buys the building, I will still be renting it. Okay. So I have this building for free, and every 60 days I got to pay just a mere $2,600, right? I'm counting on somebody wanting to buy this. I've never had, my entire time playing this game, I have never had an AI player, because that's all there is. This is not a multiplayer game, at least not yet. I have no idea, by the way, just open statement here. No idea if multiplayer is ever coming to this game. So just FYI. But until it is, AI players are all you're going to be going after, computer players. And I've never had one of them buy a building from me. I have no idea how common that is, but this is how we can do this. Once we scale up and have a lot of money, we can start buying the real estate that they are in, kicking them out, and then reselling the building, and it will cost us less to eliminate them from the market, right? And we actually get a tax write-off, I would think anyway, if there's any justice in this game. We would get a tax write-off for the loss on that sale, because this is an investment property. We would then sell that property at a loss, and that would give us a tax deduction for that loss. I would think that would be a thing, but maybe it's not in this game. Who knows? I don't know how they balance that out. So in any case, that's the video for today. It's not as action-packed as it could have been, but on the plus side, we did get some progress against Ingrid, and she only really has one really great business left. I've got 9.4 million. I can't buy this building. It is a better building, but I can buy her business if she didn't own the building. So that's the kind of things that we're looking at here. And I can go through her other businesses. Maybe this new Five Fries. Is this in her building? It is. So, I mean, she's been opening up new things. You just got to keep an eye on that and see if we can eliminate her or anything else that she's got. She pretty much owns all these things. So that's what we're going to do from now on with Ingrid. We're going to buy her buildings, then we're going to relist them at a slight discount, hoping that the AI players buy them back from us while we're already renting them. And that way we get to kick them out, and we do it for less. It doesn't cost us $1 million to acquire them. We just buy the building and kick them out and resell the building. Okay, we're gonna see if that works. All right, take it easy, guys. Love your faces. Thanks for watching. Sorry about how much time it takes to get these videos out to you. It does take a considerable amount of time, play time. I do have to get the phones once we start making them. I do have to start getting those brought over into the stores as well. So as soon as we have some of them on the shelves, we have 79 in stock right here, 6 smart watches. That's going to take a long time. It's going to take many, many imports from the docks to have enough of the raw materials in there. But I think over time that will work too. And I'll keep hiring factory workers until that schedule is completely filled. It looks like it's completely filled here on the weekends, and that's great. But on Monday, sorely lacking. Tuesday, not so much there. Wednesday is getting a little bit better, but it's not until really Thursday where we're starting to fill up. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are great, right? So I still have many more people I have to hire. Yeah. I've dragged out the ending of this video for far too long, haven't I? See ya. Bye-bye.